It's the 1972 Olympics in West Germany. The stadium is electric and the world holds its breath as the 400-meter hurdles finals begins. Among the contestants are Ralph Mann of the United States of America, David Hemery of Great Britain, both of whom are renowned athletes. And in the inner lane, a slender, unassuming man from Uganda. The gunshots are rung out and they are off on their marks. With every stride, the world watches on, but no one could predict what would happen next. So against all odds, this unknown African athlete surges on, breaking the tape in a world record time of under 48 seconds. His name was John Akii-Bua. In this episode of Uganda in History, we unravel the extraordinary story of John Akii-Bua, Uganda's forgotten Olympic gold medal champion. From his humble beginnings in Lango sub-region to his rise as a police officer, his groundbreaking training under Malcolm Arnold, and his historic victory in Munich. Akii-Bua's life is one of resilience and truth, which made him become a champion that has been known in Uganda up to today. Now, John Charles Akii-Bua was born on December 3, 1949 in Abako sub-county village, Moroto County in Lango District, Uganda. He grew up in a modest family environment marked by challenges that shaped his early years. So after the death of his father, Akii-Bua left school at the age of just 15, having completed only elementary education. His early departure from formal schooling was driven by the need to support his family, taking on responsibilities like herding cattle and assisting in a small family retail business. Now, despite these hardships, Akii-Bua's informal athletic training began during his time attending to cattle. The physical demands of protecting the herd from wild animals, particularly lions, helped him build strength and endurance. So, reflecting on those formative experiences in an interview with Sports Illustrated after his Olympic triumph, Akii-Bua equipped about how lions stared clear of his herds, which was a testament to his determination as a young boy. Now, Akii-Bua's path to formal athletics began when he joined the Uganda police force in Kampala as a teenager. Initially pursuing football, he eventually transitioned to track and field. Now, the rigorous physical drills in the police force further enhanced his athletic prowess. Now, his talent caught the attention of Joram Ochana, Africa's 440-yard hurdles champion, who intensified Akii-Bua's training regime. Now, under Ochana's mentorship, Akii-Bua flourished, excelling in multiple events and including the hurdles, sprints, javelin, and the 800 meters. He even set a national record, establishing him as a versatile athlete. Now, a turning point in John Akii-Bua's journey came in 1968 when Malcolm Arnold, Uganda's national track and field coach, observed this potential. Known simply as Muzungu, a Swahili word for a white man, which was due to difficulties many had in pronouncing his name, Arnold quietly began shaping Akii-Bua into a world-class athlete. Now, this marked the beginning of Akii-Bua's rise to the international recognition and setting the stage for his historic achievement in athletics. In 1968, Malcolm Arnold, a 27-year-old physical education teacher from Bristol, England, embarked on a life-changing journey. He answered an advertisement in the Athletics Weekly for a coaching position in Uganda. Now, after an interview in the Trafalgar Square, Arnold returned home to inform his wife and two young children that they were relocating to East Africa. Now, upon arriving in Uganda, Arnold encountered a country brimming with raw athletic talent but lacking the resources and infrastructure necessary for the athletics to excel. Now, the tracks were often little, more scrubby grass fields, and training methods were rudimentary. Now, despite these challenges, Arnold brought modern coaching techniques, including groundbreaking periodization methods. This approach divided an athlete's training year in two distinct phases: building strength and stamina earlier on, followed by shaping speed and precision and a technique closer to competitive seasons. Arnold's work bore fruit when he discovered John Akii-Bua, a young police officer with immense potential. Now, John Akii-Bua's journey to the 1972 Olympics was marked by determination, resilience, and exceptional mentorship from Malcolm Arnold. Now, after placing fourth in the 400-meter hurdles at the 1970 Commonwealth Games in Edinburgh, Scotland, Akii-Bua returned to Uganda motivated to improve. Now, Malcolm Arnold recognized his potential and convinced him to specialize in the 400-meter hurdles, which was a grueling event requiring speed, endurance, and precise technique. Now, Arnold devised an intense and innovative training program tailored to John Akii-Bua's natural athleticism. Now, lacking advanced facilities, John Akii-Bua trained on the rudimentary grass tracks in Uganda. He went on to combine cross-country running, sprinting, and weight training to build stamina and explosive power needed for the hurdles. Now, Arnold emphasized mastering stride patterns, which were crucial for navigating the hurdles at top speed. So in 1971, John Akii-Bua participated in the first Africa versus United States of America meet in Durban, North Carolina. Here, he set a new African record of 49 seconds in the 400-meter hurdles, earning international recognition. Now, this performance boosted his confidence, proving he could compete with the world's best. Now, despite this achievement, he remained relatively unknown, leading to the 1972 Olympics in Germany, overshadowed by established athletes like David Hemery of Great Britain, the defending champion of the Olympics. In Uganda, John Akii-Bua trained under challenging conditions, often running barefoot and improvising equipment. However, his humility and work ethics made him a favorite among teammates and coaches. He also credited his background as a police officer for instilling discipline, which played a crucial role in mental and physical preparation. Now, leading into Munich, John Akii-Bua faced the limited international competition due to Uganda's political and economic struggles. Now, despite this, Arnold ensured he was technically prepared and mentally strong. So John Akii-Bua was driven by the dream of not just competing, but bringing glory to his country at the global stage. So John Akii-Bua's journey to the Olympics greatness was marked by exceptional dedication and rigorous preparation. His training was anything but ordinary. Recognizing his immense potential, the Uganda police, where John Akii-Bua served as an officer, stepped in to sponsor his specialized training. They sent him to Kabale, a region in western Uganda known for its high-altitude terrain and steep hills, which provided an ideal environment for building endurance and strength necessary for the crawling event like the 400-meter hurdles. Now, training in Kabale's challenging conditions helped John Akii-Bua develop his stamina and refine his technique. This phase of his preparation was instrumental in transforming him into a world-class athlete who would go on to dominate the track at the 1972 Olympics in Germany, achieving a historical victory and breaking the world record. This investment in his training not only highlighted his dedication, but also a collective effort to put Uganda on the global athletics map.
What is your profession?
I'm a police officer.
Police. That way you can run after the robbers.
Right, when it comes to leg work, we can go after them.
Is the medal for you or your team?
Yes, I'm going to take it back to Uganda. It will be for the whole team and for the whole Ugandan. Right. Because in the medal brackets, you know, where they count how many medals won by country, they will say Uganda won 1 gold medal. They will not write Akii-Bua won 1 gold medal.
Now, John Akii-Bua's triumph at the 1972 Olympics in Germany stands as one of the most iconic moments in athletics history. John Akii-Bua became the first Ugandan to win an Olympic gold medal, claiming victory in the 400-meter hurdles in a world record time of 47.82 seconds. This feat was groundbreaking as he became the first person to run the event in under 48 seconds. His achievement was even more remarkable given that he ran from lane 1, considered a disadvantage for hurdlers due to its tighter curves. Now, John Akii-Bua's journey to the Olympics glory was marked by intense preparation. Under the guidance of the British coach Malcolm Arnold, John Akii-Bua trained rigorously, including competing in an 800-kilometer cross-country program, weight training, and speed work. His relentless commitment to excellence bore fruit as he stunned the world, leaving renowned athletes like Ralph Mann and David Hemery in his wake during the finals. Now, the win not only elevated John Akii-Bua to the global stardom, but also made him a symbol of hope and pride for Uganda.
Yleisurheilussa oli onnellisia voittajia. Eräs onnellisimmista oli varmasti 400 metrin aitajuoksun voittaja Ugandan John Akii-Bua, joka ennätyksensä 47,8 loppukilpailussa. Hänen vaarallisimmat vastustajansa oli Meksikon olympiavoittaja David Hemery, joka tässä vetää johdossa. Myöskin USA:n Ralph Mann oli voittajasuosikkeja. Tässä tullaan jo loppusuoralle ja sisäradalla Akii-Bua on kirinnyt johtoon. Hemery on toisena ja USA:n Mann kolmantena. Alkaa raivoisa loppukirin taistelu. Akii-Bua on voimakkain ja voittaa maailmanmestaajalla 47,81. Entinen maailmanennätys oli Hemeryn nimissä ja nimenomaan Meksikossa juostu 48,1. Ja sinne tulevat taululle maailmanennätysnumerot 47,82, Akii-Buan onnea. Mann hopeaa, Hemery pronssia.
Now back home, President Idi Amin Dada honored him by promoting him in the Uganda police force, awarding him a car and a house, and then naming a public landmark in his honor. Now, despite these accolades, John Akii-Bua's journey was fraught with challenges, including political instability in Uganda, which disrupted his career and prevented him from defending his title at the 1976 Montreal Olympics due to an African boycott. Now, John Akii-Bua's legacy extended beyond athletics. He inspired countless athletes worldwide and remains a national hero in Uganda. Now, his historic performance at Munich is celebrated not only as an athletic milestone, but a moment of national unity and pride. Now, Idi Amin's rule, which ran from 1971 to 1979, profoundly impacted Uganda, shaping the lives of its citizens, including the celebrated athlete John Akii-Bua. Initially, Akii-Bua was treated as a national hero following his historic Olympic victory in 1972, which brought pride to Uganda. Now, Amin even awarded him a house and named a significant landmark after him. However, the increasing oppressive nature of Idi Amin's government soon overshadowed these gestures. John Akii-Bua's ethnic background as a Langi man made him a target, as the Langi people were among the groups who were most persecuted during Idi Amin's regime. Now, despite this fame, John Akii-Bua lost 3 brothers to Idi Amin's brutal purges. His rising popularity as a national figure was perceived as a potential threat, resulting in 2 restrictions on his ability to compete abroad. So when he eventually fled Uganda in 1978, his family was held hostage to ensure his return. This escape and subsequent time in a refugee camp marked a tragic decline in his fortunes. Now, Idi Amin's regime was marked by severe human rights abuses, including mass killings targeting various ethnic groups such as the Langi and Acholi, and widespread political oppression. Now, the economic policies such as the expulsion of the Ugandan Asians led to the economic collapse, contributing to widespread poverty and instability. Now, these measures, framed as an effort to empower native Ugandans, were poorly implemented and caused a long-standing economic damage. Now, for John Akii-Bua and many others, life under Idi Amin's regime was defined by fear, repression, and uncertainty. But despite all these initial appearances of national pride and support for Uganda's success in sports and other fields, the regime's legacy left a deep scar on Uganda's social and political fabric. Now, after becoming Uganda's first Olympic gold medalist, John Akii-Bua faced numerous challenges, especially during the tumultuous regime of Idi Amin. His gold medal brought him a national and international fame, but it also drew unwanted attention from Amin's government. Now, Akii-Bua, being a Langi and thus associated with the overthrow of Milton Obote's regime, found himself under the suspicion despite his prominence as a national hero. Now, during Idi Amin's rule, John Akii-Bua experienced restrictions on his movements, which became particularly severe as the regime became more oppressive. Though his status as an Olympic champion likely spared him from imprisonment, his life under the dictatorship was fraught with anxiety and limitations. Now, as Idi Amin's regime crumbled during the Uganda-Tanzania War in 1979, John Akii-Bua fled to Kenya to escape the violence and potential persecution. However, his troubles didn't end there. He was detained in Kenya and lived for a time in a refugee camp under dire conditions. Now, after fleeing Uganda due to the political turmoil during Idi Amin's regime, John Akii-Bua and his family faced immense hardships, living in a refugee camp in Kenya. It was during this challenging time that John Akii-Bua was discovered by a news crew documenting the plight of the refugees. Now, this encounter brought the international attention to his circumstances. Now, once celebrated as an Olympic champion, John Akii-Bua's plight highlighted the harsh realities faced by the refugees, even those of his stature.
I've never felt so miserable, you know. I feel I just don't know what I can say. I've not taken a shower since. You know, you can see my head, you can see my beard. I've never shaved this. You can't explain.
Now, moved by his story, Puma, the sportswear company that had sponsored John Akii-Bua's spikes during the Munich Olympics, extended a helping hand. They offered him a role in their marketing department in West Germany. Now, this intervention provided John Akii-Bua with a semblance of stability, allowing him to escape the dire conditions of the refugee camp. John Akii-Bua's time in West Germany while working with Puma highlighted both his determination and the persistent racial challenges of the era. Despite his global stardom following the Munich Olympics, he encountered racial discrimination, which was emblematic of the social dynamics in Western Europe during the 1970s. Now, while working with Puma, John Akii-Bua's contribution to athletics and sports development often stood in stark contrast to the prejudices he faced as an athlete. These experiences helped his perspective on global sportsmanship and human equality, further emphasizing his role as a global symbol of resilience. Now, after the hardships of exile and the challenges in Germany, John Akii-Bua eventually returned to Uganda, recovering from the years of political and social turmoil. Now, his return symbolized the hope and perseverance of many Ugandans as he reintegrated into the fabric of a nation striving to heal from the scars of a dictatorship and war. Now, John Akii-Bua transitioned into mentorship and community roles, using his international experience to inspire a new generation of Ugandan athletes. Now, you see, John Akii-Bua's triumph transcended athletics, leaving a lasting legacy in the Uganda and African sports history. His world record-breaking performance at the Munich Olympics and his pioneering role as the Uganda's first Olympic gold medalist made him a national hero. Even after his passing in 1997, his legacy continued to inspire efforts to uplift sports in Uganda. Now, the John Akii-Bua Memorial Stadium in Lira stands as a testament to his enduring influence, symbolizing the transformative power of sports and dedication. So if you found this video informative and engaging, don't forget to give it a like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow. This has been Regan for Uganda in History, and see you in another video.